La liste des produits susceptibles de contenir du sésame contaminé s'allonge. Encore, plusieurs milliers de références ont été rappelées pour être retirées des rayons. Pain, biscuits, crème, huile de sésame, huile, fleurs et lentilles, paracelle d'olive, mais aussi chocolat et beurre. Le Royaume-Uni n'a pas fait le choix de retirer les produits. La Belgique a tenu à souligner que le danger pour la santé existait si l'on consommait du sésame en quantité tous les jours. Il est vrai que l'Europe a un seuil de tolérance très bas. Elle n'accepte pas plus de 0,05 g d'oxyde d'éthylène par kilo, quand les États-Unis.
Wow. He hangs up fast.
Ne pas moins l'insuffisance des contrôles.
You're gonna tell me they don't know who just called them and I'm wrong thinking of who's fucking pinging my shit, eh? I'm wrong, eh? I'm wrong, eh? I'm wrong, eh? Why were you so fucking angry on the phone, bro? Call the police service. Click. Wow. Dog. You spent 20 minutes dumping on my fucking machine here for some fucking reason. I got shit better than this to do though. I got Mr. Clean and Bob Weaver put together. This old house under no other better. You tougher than leather, but I'll kill you with some cyanide and arsenic. Get your arse with. Please keep it up, Dick Weevil. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. The 2 minutes I've had clear without interference was just now when I want to phone the dickhead. You guys are so pathetic. Oh, white people are the best. We're in charge. You'll see. We'll make it happen. Fuck are you doing? I'm almost 40. You still ain't fucking stopped me. I'm looking at 4 or 5 generations of cops going through, and you're still playing the same racist bullshit game, trying to use technology and psychology. You're not good at either of them. Holy fuck. So if you see a police officer stranded tonight, hey, smash into his fucking car, eh? Holy fuck, I hate you cocksuckers. You're gonna pick up the fucking badge and then be the criminal. You're gonna be the criminal, and you're gonna out-criminal us when it's all false accusations against us anyway, right? Right. Didn't think I'd make it, but I made it back today. Cashing out, gonna back every day. Put in work, getting paid. What my niggas say, fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party, like I won the lottery. Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party, like I won the lottery. I just wanna party, like I won the lottery. I just wanna party, like I won the lottery. Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party, like I won the lottery. Just got off the plane, juice all in my veins, 6 bucks in my name, no one on these flames. Fucking Friday night, I ain't playing no games. I'm that West End shit that was raised in the lane. Yeah, you won't believe, pay up, just raise the speed. They calling, but they can't get a hold of me. Be so Friday, BET, raise a bar for the sea. If the work ain't clean, don't come for me. They show up, but they wanna come around. I'ma ride this way, it's the water. Blaze to the fight, but now it's time. But I'm upset now. Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party, like I won the lottery. Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party, like I won the lottery. I just wanna party, like I won the lottery. I just wanna party, like I won the lottery. Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party, like I won the lottery. 5,023 steps, 4 steps per minute. Brethren, it's not a fucking joke. I just spent 20 minutes fighting with you through my machine. Fuck off, pussy old child molesting piece of shit pig.
Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party, like I won the lottery. Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party, like I won the lottery. I just wanna party, like I won the lottery. I just party. I don't want the lottery. Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party. I don't want the lottery. Where you at? Hit me up. Where the money? Where the stack? Get this paper, get this cash. No, we here. With my niggas in the trash. Put it in, flip it quick, get it back. Add me up. With my niggas in the room. Cleaning up, sweeping up with a broom. Running
It's
down.
like if every single one of these leaks, I'm bunning something down up in your neighborhood. Because your wife apparently somehow you took over the smoke shack.
Put in work, getting paid. Where my niggas at? Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party, I don't want the lottery. Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? 5.02 kilometers, 0.06 kilometers per hour, 249 calories burned. I just wanna party, I don't want the lottery. I just wanna party, I don't want the lottery. I just wanna party.
It's you assholes. It's you assholes doing two things. You're aside from trying to be the white guy drug dealer, you're burning down elders' houses, and then you're giving the government the ammunition they need to say it's our fault the houses are burning down. What the fuck are you doing? We've been doing this almost 100 years the same way. What the fuck are you doing? If I put holes in you and you bleed all over this garbage, it means nothing to anybody. It's not an economic loss, and the white police won't care. So I started off wanting to talk about a girl getting shot in the head for no reason, and I've been getting harassed for 25 minutes for it, so I guess. That's the other thing. If you're going to harass and intimidate people, you're supposed to make it clear what you expect from them and do it in some sort of way where they might do that. That's never going to happen with us. Go ahead and report everything I said. If you can put it into context and then tell me it's wrong and then make it criminal or whatever, then
fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party, I don't want the lottery. Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party, I don't want the lottery. I just wanna party, I don't want the lottery. I just wanna party, I don't want the lottery. Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party.
he's not getting this one right.
Where you at? Hit me up for the money. What is that? Get this paper, get this cash. No, we here with my niggas in the trash. Put it in, flip it quick, get it back. Add me up with my niggas in the room. Cleaning up, sweeping up with a broom. Run it down, run it down, run it down. Double cup, double cup, double cup. So I got a couple racks today. Didn't think I'd make it, but I made it back today. Cashing out, got a bag every day. Put in work, getting paid. Where my niggas at? Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party, I don't want the lottery. Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party, I don't want the lottery. I just wanna party, I don't want the lottery. I just wanna party, I don't want the lottery. Fucking Friday night, where the fuck is everybody? I just wanna party, I don't want the lottery. Just got off the plane, juice all in my veins, niggas buzzing my name. No one on these flames. Fucking Friday night, I ain't playing no games. I'm that West End chick that was raised in the lane.
Because it's nighttime here, so it's nighttime on Mars.
If the work ain't clean, don't come for me. They show up before, but they wanna come around. I'ma ride this way to the water right now. I'ma spark this place till the fire burn out.
So I thought I was acting stupid. Now I feel stupid.
Propulsion laboratory calls to 7 minutes of terror. Because it takes about 7 minutes to get from the top of the atmosphere of Mars to the ground.
Top of the atmosphere.
The
top of the Senate.
By itself. And that it did, successfully slowing down from a speed of nearly 20,000 kilometers an hour to a full stop on the challenging terrain of her new home. Now, perseverance will gather data and look for signs of ancient life. I'm Michelle Mackey.
You just called the fucking...
The 2021 tax-supported operating budget of just over $12 billion.
If I call my truck her, or if I call a ship her, I'm wrong. And I thought the name was Percy or something. I could be way off on that. Off the top of my head, I thought it was Percy.
$1 billion in funding from the federal and provincial governments to address those impacts as well. The council approved it.
Here, look how bright it is. Yeah.
Picking up lower renewal fees for taxis and creating a payment deferral program for licensing fees for businesses harvested by the pandemic.
Billion.
Says this budget protects city services that Torontonians rely on and puts millions of dollars more into Toronto public health, pandemic-related funding for shelters, Toronto community housing, and seniors and long-term care. Up in 30 seconds, we'll see if gas prices are on the move at midnight.
I don't know how you can save a quick one.
This is 680 News.
A lot of us are spending more time at home, where it's nice to be able to relax. Imagine a brand new bathtub being installed quickly, safely, and beautifully.
All right, if I remember correctly, the municipal elections next year, is it? Am I wrong? So, 2016, Trump, 2017, Trudeau. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter.
2 cents at midnight to $1.22.9 a liter. Traffic and weather's next.
680 News Time, 11:10.
9.
Brian Fulmer.
So my coffee should have been made 20 minutes. Everything's 20 minutes behind. Hazard analysis and critical control points. I've got a Tempest in a coffee. Got a Tempest in a teapot and a kilo in the coffee pot. I need to roll a joint. I slept for the first time in like days, so however long it's been. That's just about the right size. I got little pieces here, but I think this might be just the right size for, you know, it's little green. Where's the seed? Where's the seed? Oh, I just got ashes in my weed dish. That is unusual. And I know how to get it out. Ta-da. This is 2 different kinds of weed, I think. Well, this one's bright green and that one's dark. Oh, we've been down this road before. What are we gonna do? We're gonna smoke that little piece of the dark one first.
Collector to express transfer. You've got the left
They're
lane
all
block down
cracking
here with the
jokes and
stalled
shit
vehicle.
tonight.
There's
They're
a
all
crash
on
at
top of it.
404 in the express block in the right lane. Eastbound 401.
So this soil here somehow has real
for the left lane block.
perlite,
Another stalled vehicle on the westbound QEW ramps at 4 Drive.
whatever the fucking lava rocks are.
And on the northbound 410 at Derry, we have the HOV lane shut down here. Next reports at 11:21 with the forecast. Here's Carl Lamb.
Some of that lake effect snow is starting to move out of Oakville,
We'll try to
and
move
we're
this
starting to
closer
see
to the window, I
it
think, 'cause I don't know
wobble
if
a
we're
little
gonna do
further
it.
north, so
I
it's
don't care.
impacting areas near Mississauga. It's not
Near
the connection
Mississauga.
is not as strong in terms of those winds. It's easing up a little
We're
bit.
near Mississauga. You are near Mississauga.
So we're going to keep an eye on
Dumbass.
this,
Can you be
see
more
if it gets
specific?
close to downtown with another pulse of snow. But again, this is going to be the trend overnight, and we do still have some light snow headed our way. Areas like Bradford and over towards areas like Bolton, you're seeing a little bit of snow right
Really?
now.
You named
And
it
there's
Oscar.
more snow behind this. We're not completely out of the woods just yet.
I just want to see how many
Tomorrow,
millions
-2. And then we do have some snow.
Sky
and then
Tower,
it tapers off by the
Pinnacle.
afternoon, dropping down to -10 for Friday
What the
evening.
fuck is on this?
Right now it's -6 out of Pearson, feeling like -12. And tonight's a right low, -6. 6 City News Time,
Looks like
11:13.
fucking blood.
Says no to a big honor. It seemed like a lovely thing. Lawmakers in Texas.
Alors, c'est intéressant aussi spectre, là,
Yeah, I got people in Tennessee. You know, we don't give a fuck about that shit. This looks like blood on the back of this magazine. I was not expecting to see that, but the point is, they're trying to compare this condo tower to the CN tower. Stick it up above the clouds. Yeah, it's not the best laid out ad in the world. Well, it'll only come across in this full clay colored bullshit. 88 fucking floors or some shit. There's 2 mechanical floors at the top. The 86 plus 2 mechanical floors. 86 floors.
PM or watch it on City TV, Sunday, February 28th at 5 p.m. In support of Safe Space 365 and OCADU's Black Youth Design Initiatives, it will be a night of glamour, star-studded performances, and empowerment. Complimentary tickets at blackdiamond4to.com, supported by Rogers Communications Inc., presented by Art Experiential Projects.
You've been diagnosed with depression and can't work. Your insurer advises that your depression is not serious and denies your claim.
Picture.
What are
There's
you
a
gonna do?
photograph of
Who
the
can you
Black
call?
Diamond Riders.
Call me, Aaron Waxman.
There's a photograph here in Toronto. In fact, it's taken, the perspective is taken from pretty much the building I lived in the 80s, but it's from the 50s. There's a picture from the 50s, it's black and white, of the Black Diamond Riders, a black motorcycle club, going eastbound in the westbound lanes of the lakeshore, flying up lakeshore. If you're not totally familiar with the layout, you don't do things like that. You just don't do things like that. And there's like a dozen of them, 2 dozen of them. Now, it's a photograph, black and white, taken at night, so all you see is headlights and motorcycle. You can't see much. That's Toronto. That's 65 years ago. So, you know, Jameson's ramp there on the Lakeshore Garden or whatever. You can imagine trying to go the wrong way towards downtown on a motorcycle.
To go out there tonight, don't. Provincial officials burning the midnight oil, weighing their options when it comes to reopening the largest regions of Ontario's economy. We should know tomorrow what they decide.
So all my smoke is coming up backwards. This is a fucking useless thing. We're doing so good for our rights.
6 weeks in hospital due to COVID-19.
Qui ont changé en cours de route, qui sont plus les mêmes aujourd'hui?
Control Center tonight.
This looks absolutely insane.
Cast of champions will fight.
You guys have a dick?
Here comes the storm. To survive.
Are you kidding me?
The showman.
I'm loving every minute of it.
This is Big Brother.
These house guests have no idea what's going to hit them. We're just getting warmed up.
Est-ce que maintenant j'en suis conscient, mais ça change pas ma conclusion sur le fait que les vaccins sont une bonne chose, par exemple. Fait que j'ai pas changé de position par rapport à ça. Mais comme dans tout, plus on s'y intéresse, plus on voit des zones grises ou du moins des petits bobos.
So far, every time I've said, that's not how it works, this is how it works. 2 weeks later, they're finally admitting, that's not how it works. They tried, so South Africa's not a country. 2,000 people isn't enough to do a study. They do studies with 100 people. Right. The vaccine will work, even in the article, they say it says they're seeking approval for some booster based on their shot, which makes no sense. And how does the media interpret it? Oh, you'll just need a booster. Booster of what? If you do something and it doesn't work and you do it again, what makes you think it's going to work?
Je saurais quoi faire si j'étais dans leur culotte, mais ils ont des gros défis puis ils font pas tout parfaitement, ils doivent s'améliorer.
On va entendre, puis après je vais t'entendre, Gabriel, là-dessus, parce qu'effectivement, quand on traite d'un sujet comme ça, qu'on le traite en reportage de 2 minutes ou qu'on le traite en documentaire,
quand on met certaines informations là sur la place publique médiatiquement, ben, je présume qu'il y a des choix.
If you want to know what I did some deduction because I rode the subway the other day. So for the last like 5 years, they've been shutting down the subway to upgrade the signaling. They're not upgrading shit. The signals we had in the 90s when we had that collision had 3 lights, supposedly. I thought it was 2 or 3 colors of lights. Now they have 3 lights instead of 2 lights. And that's what they've been shutting down the subway. And remember, you pay your Metro Pass, do they deduct a certain percentage because it's closed a percentage of the time? No.
Des activités comme les autres. Je peux même pas des fois m'occuper de mon fils comme je voudrais. C'est comme l'année dernière, c'est la même date.
So a 14-year-old girl got shot in the head and has life-altering injuries.
Je me réveillais, j'étais même plus capable de m'occuper de mon fils, j'étais plus capable de rien faire. Tu sais, je me disais à quoi bon vivre comme ça. J'ai laissé mon fils avec son père, puis j'avais vraiment l'intention de plus jamais revenir.
Oh, this is not common. This is not common at all.
Mais j'ai eu un moment de lucidité au travers de tout ça, que j'ai appelé le 811, puis finalement, les policiers m'ont accompagné à l'hôpital avec des personnes.
Alors, comment Gabrielle, alors Gagnon, elle en est arrivée, Myriam, à cette conclusion-là?
Ben, en fait, c'est la conclusion, quand on est arrivé à ça,
Once I get it joined me, I'll make more sense.
Elle a dit qu'elle s'était fait dire qu'une des causes, c'était le vaccin par un médecin, mais qu'on ne peut pas vérifier cette information-là. C'est sûr que l'élément, il est chronologique, c'est-à-dire qu'elle a reçu un vaccin, puis elle a vécu, en fait, elle a commencé à sentir des symptômes.
So there was no provincial update at 1 o'clock, and provincial update at 3 o'clock, and then they didn't do the city update at 4, so I don't know. I'm sure if they did it, if the city actually held it, you can find it on the internet somewhere. But I'm of the habit of wanting to know what everybody else is knowing. If nobody else saw the fucking conference or whatever, then...
C'est ce médecin-là qui lui avait dit ça à la base, que la cause c'est le vaccin. Le médecin qu'on a rencontré, elle, exactement, c'est impossible de prouver hors de tout doute. C'est pour ça que nous, c'était intéressant, on trouvait ça intéressant et important de la rencontrer, cette jeune femme-là, parce qu'elle représente la chance sur un million.
Yeah, it smells good, but it's not, you can't eat it, it's dry. Get out of here.
On se doit de ne pas ignorer non plus, puis qu'il faut aussi comme être en mesure faut qu'on voit que c'est une réalité qui existe. Ça veut pas dire que les vaccins sont nécessairement mauvais. Le docteur Quach aussi nous en parle en termes de quand ils savent statistiquement qu'il y a un risque possible, ben c'est pour une maladie. Dans le fond, le vaccin qui peut représenter un risque possible, c'est pour une maladie qui est très, très, très dangereuse. Dans le cas de Myriam, c'était pour le Gardasil, donc le vaccin qui prévient le virus du papillon.
Hey, tell them about parvovirus, the one that dogs get.
Hyper grave.
Tell them about that. And now we have dogs that are getting exposed to parvovirus, surviving and not getting the vaccine. Oh, they weren't expecting that to happen. Because everyone was so obedient for about 50 years there, 60 years.
Le fait d'exister pour elle, je pense que c'est important.
Mais vous voyez, c'est là qu'il y a un biais.
So you don't know, parvovirus, the one dogs get, was invented and spread everywhere to kill off stray dogs. That way, only the dogs that got the vaccine would live, and that's how you would deal with the stray dog problem. Right, they're stray. You came here, the dogs were here first, and they're stray.
Mais d'un point de vue, parce que je pose la question, c'est-à-dire au point de vue éthique, est-ce que c'est correct de faire une entrevue avec elle qui a l'impression que son vaccin lui a causé...
I just don't understand how you let this off the fucking line. Look at this shit. Look. It's not glued on, you fucking assholes.
Effectivement, diffuse une information d'un côté ou de
Keep
l'autre.
using that carbon dioxide expanded tobacco like we're retarded, which is what makes the fucking cherry fall off the cigarette and set grandma's house on fire. So when we have these two homos on TV flirting with each other, talking shit about Indians for 20 minutes, people believe it. Thanks. You guys don't know one technical term to do with tobacco, but they're going to tell you all the bad things.
Sinon, c'est l'inverse.
And then they'll tell you, oh, it's the leading cause of house fires. No, it's not. The number one cause of house fires is cooking.
Les convaincre de participer font partie de nos institutions qui ont refusé. Parce que dans leur perspective,
Hazard analysis, critical control points.
Selon eux, donc des enjeux liés au vaccin.
I'll be all right in a minute. Right, focus. I'm doing this for the people with sickle cell and suicide disease. They don't fuck about you normal people. And you would too if you fucking had what I have.
De dire non, on ne parlera pas, ça n'aide pas. En fait, ça ne fait que. Ça fait l'effet inverse. En fait, je toujours une mini-parenthèse, là, mais il y a le fonds d'indemnisation des victimes de la vaccination qui existe au Québec. Ils n'ont pas accepté de parler. Pourtant, ils ont quand même fait une pré-entrevue. Il y avait
where that little tear is, all around should be tore off because it should be glued on. How do you miss it? You don't. That shit's done on purpose. Oh, well, we already extended it, so we can't repack it. No, you can't. You guys are fucking stupid. You're stupid. Those rights mean nothing to intelligence, bro. You're still stupid. Scottish and 6 feet to be a police officer. Still stupid.
Oui, mais c'est important parce que le pari qu'on fait, c'est qu'on doit bâtir le gouvernement, les institutions et la population. Puis moi, ben, je suis un peu du côté des deux en ce moment. En étant dans les médias, on est entre les deux. Mais c'est le pari, c'est qu'on doit bâtir une relation de confiance et durable.
Don't go outside. Anywhere in North America right now.
On peut pas cacher des
Even on the West Coast, because all junkies and shit out there, Sasquatches.
C'est un peu ça qui se passe en santé publique des fois, c'est qu'on veut pas trop mettre l'accent sur certaines choses qui pourraient créer un doute chez les gens. Et ça, ben, ça entretient des fois, ça a des bons résultats à très court terme, mais à moyen et long terme, ben, la relation de confiance s'étiole, puis c'est pas une bonne chose. Fait que ça peut
pay $10 million for the machine that puts these together, and you dickheads keep fucking wearing it out to do what? The wear and tear. You're not covering the wear and tear doing this bullshit. I fucking hate you people.
Ben, c'est tout nouveau comme programme. Moi, mon enfant qui a 5 ans...
The same ones that talk all day about blood quantum. For about 5, 8 years, blood quantum. Yeah, you know that's not science, right? Yeah, it's still not science.
Quelques heures ou quelques jours après l'accouchement, pour leur en parler, mais dans une approche très ouverte.
I don't understand what I'm supposed to do with
pour
this.
tester un peu leurs connaissances, pour leur offrir de la documentation là-dessus, mais pas pour les faire. L'objectif n'est pas de les faire changer d'idée s'ils sont anti-vaccination, mais de leur faire.
And then you wonder why your people will smoke the fucking gasoline. It's because you keep pushing them back into it. You're native. I gave you the native trademark word. Native just means you're born in.
Ça reste que c'est d'augmenter la couverture vaccinale, mais la façon dont c'est fait, c'est très bien, je trouve. Ça c'est le genre de...
With an expert, because home is where you want to be. Does inline fiberglass do window replacements? Of course we do. Hi, I'm
It's
Tom
all they
Kiki,
do.
Inline Fiberglass. A lot of people ask me whether or not Inline does window replacements.
When I'm standing outside their house examining their windows, they ask me questions.
No job is too big or too small, so let us beautify your home and improve your home energy efficiency. If your windows are leaky, call Tom Rokiki. For more information, visit us at our factory direct showroom or at inlinefiberglass.com.
Mark the fucking packs, you retards. Here's the problem. If the cigarettes are up to standard, they fuck them up putting them in the bag. If they don't do that, it's expanded tobacco. There's less than half a gram in each one and they're dried the fuck up. I'm not sure this is expanded or not. I'm just not sure yet. But they're packed in the bag, right? And the fucking filters aren't good on. You guys are fucking geniuses.
And about $300 million so far set aside for its primary.
I know the equivalent is. There used to be people that insisted if you spray Windex on weed, it'll get the customers coming back.
In just a few minutes' time with our top stories.
Don't do that, by the way. It's disgusting.
North America's first Bitcoin exchange-traded fund began trading on the Toronto Stock Exchange today. It's called the Purpose Bitcoin ETF. developed by Toronto-based Purpose Investments. It trades under the ticker symbol BTCC.B. The units closed at $10.25, up 25 cents from the opening bid. The ETF allows you to gain access to Bitcoin without owning the asset directly. Price for Bitcoin holding just above 52,000 US dollars.
You own the underlying. Yes, you do.
Down to 18,274.
You are fucking stupid, bro.
On Wall Street, the Dow fell from a record down.
No, you don't really own it. Who
31,493.
owns it then,
S&P down
dumbass?
17 points. Nasdaq down 100. Disappointing economic news contributed. So did higher U.S. bond yields. In corporate news, Walmart in with disappointing earnings, the world's largest retailer missing the mark, and warning that it expects sales to moderate this year. Walmart shares fell 6.4%. To the upside, Cheesecake Factory gaining 8.1%. Shares in the restaurant company gaining ground.
Put that into perspective of what that means for Walmart.
Shares in GameStop down to $40.96. Canadian dollar at 78.82 cents US. This is 680.
Remember that Walmart is thoroughly and totally dependent on being subsidized by the government.
This drumbeat represents
what are you talking about? If you work and you still collect welfare and food bank, that company that employs you is subsidized by the fucking government.
Search Kings has hundreds of 5-star Google reviews. No wonder Google hand-selected Search Kings as a Google Premier Partner. And they're Canadian. You want to stand out where your customers are online? Switch to Search Kings.
Prioritizing your family's health is important, and getting an annual eye exam is an essential part of it. So visit your neighborhood Pearl Vision. They put safety first, and right now they're also offering 40% off lenses for adults and free lenses for kids with frame purchase. They direct bill most insurance plans too, making the process easy. Why wait any longer? Arrange your family's eye exams at pearlvision.ca today. Valid prescription required. Valid at participating locations. Restrictions apply. Taxes extra. See store for details. Ends March 31st, 2021. Exams available at the Independent Doctors of Optometry at or next to Pearl Vision.
This is CFTR 680 News. It's 11:30.
Well, that's a legal definition or something.
Toronto's number one for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News.
Good evening. This is Thursday, February 18th. I'm Christine Ritchie.
I'm Scott Burnett. Here's what's making news right now.
I'm Richie, fucking hard.
The snow expected to continue overnight as Toronto and Peel region remain under a winter weather travel advisory. Details on what you can expect tomorrow coming up.
Everything closed.
What's next for the province's COVID hot zones? Final recommendations
You're probably gonna have
expected
down
from the health
branches
table
of
tonight.
power
York
lines or
breaks
so.
with Toronto and Peel and asks to reopen. The owner of a bakery that is
One steps, 5.04 kilometers.
has died from COVID-19.
Canada is in line to
If I
receive
turn this
about
off, it takes 2 days for it to start working
first
again.
anticipated for the second quarter.
I got it all the way up to
Federal
11
officials
kilometers
say
an
over
hour
1 million
somehow.
Canadians have received a COVID-19 vaccine shot so far.
It's a good night for Toronto sports teams as both the Maple Leafs and Raptors.
You notice how
pick
these
up
people
wins.
cannot
Scores
form
of
sentences in
45.
English.
If
they get 100 doses of a vaccine, they say they got 100 vaccines. If there's 340 cases of variants, there's 350 some odd variants. And they won't distinguish between that when they talk.
And we'll head over to the traffic center now. And how are things looking now, Craig Gear?
Oh, really not too bad. We do have some issues out there, though. So if you are heading out, maybe tack on a couple extra minutes to your travel time just with the plows that are out and about. So these convoys are causing some delays in behind them. And then it's slippery as well, so you don't want to go full tilt at your normal speeds here. We've got some collisions. Westbound 401 approaching Warden inside the Cluster 2 Express transfer. Our left lane's blocked off with a stalled vehicle. Then we've got a crash through Yonge in the Express. 2 right lanes are blocked off. That's causing a slowdown. Westbound QEW ramp to Ford Drive. Stalled vehicles still there in the right lane. Next report's at 11:41 with the forecast. Here is Carlin.
And we have a little bit of light snow. Excuse me, still working its way a little closer to downtown. It's getting closer and closer by each report, so we will keep an eye on that. We could have another quick burst of snow here in the downtown core, courtesy of some of that lake effect, but some light snow for areas up towards Newmarket, over towards Sharon, Bradford, and Kettleby dealing with some of that, and then a little snow back towards Brampton, over towards Georgetown, and then some snow headed towards Hamilton and Burlington, pretty disorganized. Not going to be a substantial snow, but just enough to go the roadways, and we could pick up a couple centimeters overnight.
That means you don't know what the fuck's happening either.
Temperatures will head up to -2, and then the snow does taper off by the afternoon. Right now, -6 at Pearson, -5 at 680 News, and tonight's overnight low -6.
680 News time, 11:33.
A lot of white-knuckle driving on GTA roads tonight. Snow squalls created some whiteout conditions near Oakville and Mississauga. And as you just heard in our weather report, a band of snow is now heading towards downtown.
That snow is not expected to let up anytime soon.
What type of music that snow playing?
In Mississauga under winter weather travel
No,
advisory.
snow got a
680's Mark Douglas with more.
It's been a storm with a few lulls, but don't let a shifting snow band fool you. 680 meteorologist Natasha Ramsahai.
It's going to be wiggling between Toronto and Burlington right through the night tonight. It also is going to intensify because temps drop a couple of degrees and the wind is going to pick up. We'll have gusts up to 40 kilometers per hour. The stronger the wind, the further inland that this lake effect snow can be blown.
Hardest hit areas along
the speed limit on the side streets is 30.
The western GTA could get up to 15 or even 20
You could fly your kite too fast and get a ticket.
Holmes is asking business and homeowners to plan to get up early to shovel off their sidewalks.
Why?
As for how
No one's
not
going
to
anywhere.
help,
You
another
told
private
them to stay in the
contractor
fucking house. You told them not to pick up the yard waste. You told them all that shit. Why
The snow
would
is
they
going to
keep
keep
up the snow
falling
now?
well into Friday. We've got traffic and weather every 10 minutes on the ones. Near the
Your
QAW
traffic
in
and weather?
Mississauga, I'm Mark Douglas.
And we should know tomorrow if the province's hot zones will be allowed to move out of a stay-at-home order. 680's Alex Bloomfield has the latest.
Ontario's chief medical officer sending his recommendations to cabinet on the eve of Friday's final decision. Dr. David Williams asked Thursday if he shares the level of concern expressed by Toronto's Dr. Eileen Davila over COVID variants.
I can understand her level of concern. To say one has it perfectly planned out and they know exactly what's going to happen in 2 or 3 weeks from now, I would think is best presumptive.
Toronto and Peel want to keep stay-at-home in place for 2 more weeks, but not York Region. York's top doctor and regional council calling on the province to move the region into the red zone next week.
This, we feel, will allow businesses some breathing space and will also diminish the underground activities that we already see.
Dr. Kareem Kurji adding he may employ a Section 22 order to tighten red zone restrictions. York accounting for 3/4 of the province's confirmed variants of concern. I'm Alex Bloomfield. 680 News time, 11:35. That's the co-founder of one of Etobicoke's most popular bakeries has died from COVID-19. On their Instagram page today, the owners of San Remo Bakery announced that Natalie Bozzo lost a devastating battle with COVID-19 after over 6 weeks in hospital. He was 75. Etobicoke Lakeshore Councillor Mark Grimes tweeted his condolences to the family, writing, "Natalie was a great man with an incredible story. He moved from Italy to Canada when he was just 15 years old and worked at the bakery before opening San Remo with his brothers back in 1969. He took over running the business solo in the late 90s and has since passed it along to his children."
This is all news radio.
That's the people you're killing off.
11:36.
People that build this fucking city and keep it running.
Pandemic days, 680's Phil
That's the
Martino
people
joins
you're
us
killing
with
off
word
with all
that by
this
the
bullshit
end
y'all doing.
of June, between 14 and 24 million Canadians could be vaccinated.
Could be.
The latest vaccination
Really?
forecast
Because all day you say they will be. They will be. They could
first
be.
anticipated for the second quarter. Major General Danny Corpen, who heads the federal vaccine
Remember, these same
distribution
idiots.
more
These same idiots kept citing surveys saying, oh, 85% of people think that the vaccine should be mandatory, and then 92% say you have to lock the border and not let anybody back in, even if they're from here. And you can't do any of that in this country. There's no mandatory vaccines in this country.
COVID-19 may be almost as good as giving 2. According to Dr. Howard New, data presented by
We
two
knew
Canadian
that.
doctors in the New
65% if you get one, 95% if you get 2. We knew that 6 months ago. That's what they told us when they did their trial.
This is a certain period of time after receiving that first dose.
I'm Phil Martino.
Here with All News Radio 680 News, it's 11:37. The city approving its 2021 tax-supported budget of just over $12 billion.
Tax-supported.
Toronto City Council says it also includes a 10-year tax-supported capital budget and plan of $29.1 billion. And officials say it will focus on the pandemic.
The last time my nose started running out of the blue like that, a fucking bunch of blood
They
came
say the
out.
federal and provincial governments are funding $1.6 billion to address the impacts of COVID as well. The council approved investing in lower renewal fees for taxis, creating a payment deferral program for licensing fees for businesses hardest hit by the pandemic. Mayor John Tory says in finalizing the budget, City Council has confirmed their strong message in the fight against COVID-19 and adds he will be working nonstop to get support from the provincial and federal governments.
680 News Time, 11:30.
Same assholes fucking up the tobacco, the SEMA. The one selling us the cannabis has nothing to do with us.
More than 200
Marijuana, that's our word for it. Oh, you got to use the Latin word because white people invented it. Nope.
Mission.
After a near 7-month journey from Earth, the Perseverance rover has safely landed on the red planet. It's on a mission to search for signs of ancient life and collect samples of rock and soil for possible return to Earth. Mike Watkins, director of NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, says
return to Earth.
And, a lot of the effort to develop the rover was specifically designed, for that sampling and caching system. It's one of the most complex robotic
It's
systems.
possible when they're still planning this shit. The shit's there now, eh?
Mars sample return continues right on course.
She'll explore an area called the Jezero Crater for 1 Mars year. That's about 2 Earth years. It's a region scientists believe once contained a lake 3.9 billion years ago. I'm Michelle Mackey.
Coming up in 30 seconds, we'll take a look at gas prices and a hint they're going
They're gonna keep calling it her unless I call them up and say, "What are you doing?" That's
starts with the right routine and right support.
what's the word? Is it misogynistic to refer to your truck as her and so forth? I'll be all right in a minute. Fucking hell, man. Oh, this is good. Yeah, well, yep. No matter how many times I turn off apps and clear them out of memory and so forth, I keep getting weird scripts back in my system here.